Hey guys, surprise! I know y'all weren't expecting us. Hey! Rachel is dealing with the energetic today, as most of our collective group is, and so I'm assuming that you guys are as well. So Victor and I are jumping in. Rachel's going to take over and do my show for me on Thursday. So, hey guys, hey all my girls, hey Kelsey, Chastity, Carol, Brigitte, how are you guys?
It's the Practical Magic Collective.
It's we
house.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we too. Listen, I'm staying up B, um, but I know y'all feel it. And Victor and I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm exhausted. My eyes are burning. I know all of you guys are feeling tired, but I think tonight everything's happening here for a reason. We're all coming in the way that we are. So we love you. We love you, Brigitte. We love all of you guys so much. We're coming in to give you guys some insight. I know I had told you guys, I think back on the 30th, um, that I could not see past a certain date, right? We're past that certain date. But things are definitely coming to a head now. We're starting to get a little more information and we're starting to see a little more what's going on. I've been having really vivid visions with it. Victor has been too. A lot of it was around what's happening in Sri Lanka. We saw a lot of war going on. So there has been an uptick in that Nazi-esque feeling of kind of, how do I say this, a purging, a class war, a dictatorship, that movement. And I want to say too that I kind of joked about this a couple of weeks ago, even though it's not funny. But in this shift, I can see the desperation in the powers that be. So we're going to talk about what's going on with that. We're going to do readings for you guys too, and try to help y'all move through this, because there is a lot going on. If you guys want to share right now the live, if you want to help as many people as you can, feel free to take a minute and share it. Because Betty, let me tell you, there's a lot of information coming in, and I think even here at the network, we're going to have a tough week. Yep. Like this is going to be a week. We may be here every day, right? Like we're going to have to see how things are moving. Not that we're doing better than everybody else, but I have to be here. I have to keep the train moving. So let me jump in with Kelsey. You had a weird dream that actually woke you up. Yeah, me too, Kelsey. So the feeling for me has been, I feel like I can't go to sleep, like I'm in that thing in between consciousness and sleeping, but I'm still having very vivid visions. And last night, Victor and I, although in two different locations, both had something, and I know this will sound crazy, but something come in and growl in the room, and we kept hearing these computer type voices, which we've been hearing for a while, but it's our collective is really suffering with it, and I know that a lot of people are. So we're going to do our best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
To kind of work through this and answer any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, Kelsey, Rachel is she's not feeling badly. The energy has hit her so hard that she's really having to sit with herself right now. Like I said, we have a lot of people who are having a hard time with that. Hi, Nicola. Nice to have you here. You're new, I think. I don't know if I've seen you here before, or maybe you're one of Rachel's people, but we're really happy you're here. And we will absolutely give you a reading. Victor has his tarot cards, and I work in a different capacity, but you can let us know if you guys want a reading. Let us know which one of us you want to jump in, so that we know who's going to give you guys the reading. But we will be talking a lot about what's going on astrologically, what you guys can expect. Oh, you're from New England. Nice to have you here. Nicola, you will see that everybody in the group here is phenomenal. We have a very tight group here. Everybody is working hard towards ascending and kind of getting their energy where it needs to be. So we will do that. Nicole wants to know if there's any message from her mom. Listen, I'm the medium on this end, so yes, I will pull in what I can. And when I start getting information, it may be a minute or two because my brain is in the monologue right now. I will pop in and give you that information, okay? So just bear with me, hang tight.
I can give the reading now, and that'll give Jennifer that time that she needs. So I already pulled 3 cards for you, Nicola. So the first I pulled 3 of swords, and inverted, we know that swords have to do with the element of air, and the swords are weapons of intellect. And usually when we see this card, people think of heartbreak. There may be some heartbreak, but also you can think of getting to the heart of the matter, getting right through the heart of the matter. So from today, Monday, into Friday past, you can reflect upon what's transpired over the weekend. And it's to say that if there are matters of the heart that hit you very hard, which have hit us equally, you may want to ponder and see how they may now be pertinent today. Or matters that are right to the matter, that have come up, that are ringing in your mind, that you need to pay attention. Those are the things that you need to recall and reflect today. So then that leads us to today's card, which is a beautiful card, the Temperance card. The Temperance card has the energy of water, and the water is held in 2 cups, almost like a miracle. So the idea is that today you may have been moved spiritually, but to reflect upon today's events, but not to get too caught up by them. There are things that still need to be done, but the idea is that please reflect on those important spiritual matters because they're coming up for you today. And that will also lead you into the rest of the reading, which is 3 days from now. And that leads us into the Death card. Now, the Death card brings about some connotations which seem negative, but really it's about reaping the harvest. And so the message is then from now until the next 3 days, you want to go ahead and clear what needs to be cleared. That could be physically, that could be emotionally, and spiritually. So you want to address things that will that may have been heavy on your mind, possibly causing drama, but not to get too lost into clearing so much. And that's the idea and the flow from several days ago to Wednesday. So please bear those in mind and put some thinking into it. But the idea is that you are doing well for yourself. And even though this card may seem negative, the idea is that you're going to address things that need to be cleared. So thank you so much for joining us and trusting us, Nicola, in delivering this message.
Yeah, in fact, when you were talking about that, I started picking up with her mom quite a bit. Nicola, it's really hard because there is a link if you ever want to come in live. It's a lot easier for me to work with people when I'm live with them, when I can speak and hear their voice, because that's how I connect. But with your mother, I get her so strong as to the level of woman she was and how she truly was the glue in your family. Your mother was the empress. She was the queen of the lot, right? She was the one who held everything down. She's so full of goodness. She's so full of joy, also full of a lot of pain. And I'm not sure if this is connected with her, but I feel with a lot of the women, and this may be her, but I feel cancer. I feel it all the way from my breast down towards my lady parts. But with mom, the message that I have for you, because it feels for me like you're either married or you're in a serious relationship. They feel the same for me. It's a piece of paper, but either way, your job is to carry on what she was doing. You have all the tools. She made sure that you understood how to bring people in, how to hold it down. Do you know what I'm saying? How to make that work as a family unit. That's your job now. The torch is passed. So you're going to be just fine. There is nothing but love coming in from your mom and from grandma. I've got grandma coming in as well. 2 peas in a pod is what I'm hearing. That is the phrase that I'm hearing, is 2 peas in a pod. So not your mom, but your grandmother had breast cancer. Well, that explains why. I just saw your comment after I said that. So that explains why she's coming in for me too. So let me pop in for a second. She was a very bright person. She really was. And you know, your grandma was like the queen of the family, but here's the thing. That's a torch that gets passed down with you women, right? And I'm just telling you, it's on you now. That torch is kind of yours to carry. It's a big role sometimes, it feels like, but when we attack that in a loving way with strong feminine energy, it's the most natural process in the world. When we just lead with genuine, soft, loving feminine energy and heart energy, it makes the transition so much easier. So I hope that helped a little bit, sweetheart. And I appreciate you, like Victor said, trusting us to be part of that with you. I'm going to jump back up top, you guys, because I want to take a look at some of the stuff that you guys are talking about. Yeah, Carol, so your cat's been super alert. It's growling at the door and your intuition's in overdrive. It should be. And the animals are going to keep picking up on that. I wanted to share a little bit because before we came in, Like today for me was super, super rough. I've had a hard time keeping my eyes open, and I'm a little loopy. But I went to check and kind of see what was going on. I mean, you guys have probably heard me say before, the only astrologer I really trust is Rick Levine. Love the guy. He usually comes from a very neutral standpoint. Most of his work is very positive and very neutral, which I totally love. Given the things that we've been seeing and what I saw coming before, the uptick in violence, the uptick in our rights going away, all of these things, it reminds me of the Handmaid's Tale in the worst possible way. So I'm not saying that to scare you guys, but we are at a tipping point. This could go either way. It depends on how we start steering the energy, because we're all feeling it. Like we need to hibernate, like we need to sleep and rest up for a war that's coming. We feel like something heavy is coming. That's why it's affecting us the way that it is. And it is. No big change happens without a boom, a catalyst, something that comes in and pushes it. That does not mean that everything's going to fall apart, but this old system has to fall apart. And that part's going to be super uncomfortable for all of us. Even those of us who are on that path to ascension, who know better how to work with energetic, it's going to be hard. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there for you guys a little bit. You got this. See, Nicola, you got it. Nicola, you got this. I love it.
Amazing.
Nicola, that's an Italian name, so I'm wondering if your grandmother's not Italian. But I can feel that energy. It is strong. But see, I like strong women. I like strong women who recognize their authority and power to lead. We are the creators on this planet. I know we've all been sold this thing. I can have this conversation with Victor here because he doesn't feel threatened by it. We've been sold this thing that men are to lead, but they've done a shit job. Women have to stand up and kind of, turn the head. Men may be the head, but we are the neck. Oh, Romagna. Ah, bravo. I have a lot of Romanian friends. Since you don't know me, Nicole, I've lived in Italy for many, many, many years. So I have a lot of Romanian friends. So let me jump back up. Carol, listen, the intuition is going to be off the chart. I'm going to let Victor jump in and talk about that too, because I don't want to take the whole show away. We're doing this together. But it's going to be off the chart. You guys are going to have to decipher through a whole lot of negative stuff that's getting thrown at us. Remember, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, this layer, this interruption or interjection of energy flow that's been put into our natural energetic flow is there to force us into such a place of fear again, because the virus hasn't worked, right? Like all these things they've thrown at us, we keep pushing it out of the way. Now, with that being said, we are all suffering post-traumatic stress syndrome from everything they keep throwing at us, but they're going to keep hitting us hard. You have to be able to decipher those energies and know when to lay low and go within and know when to push outward. So that's definitely something we're going to be working on.
Absolutely. And I also wanted to give a message. I usually give this weekly message on what I've been reflecting, and in cards that I've been pulling recently for you all and others, I've seen that people are really charging in, or the fear is gripping in situations where they feel they need to charge right in to assess and maybe make fast decisions that should be thought about. So I've been really pondering, and what's come through is to just slow down, be patient, especially in really dramatic situations that tend to have consequences after fast decisions. Just to be patient, to try and assess, and then provide as educated as possible with your own experience, decisions and rationale that will help. Because we're not just talking about something that can be left at work. We're talking about home life, friends life, and we're talking friends that are like family, because these decisions have ripples and they affect everyone. And so you just want to be careful about that. I know that you may have problems with dreams. I had really bad issues with these dreams. And so you can pay attention and take messages for what they are, but try not to let that really weigh you down, because there are people, as it is, the energy is chaos. I mean, I wish I could do the Wanda yell, but Wanda pulled the tower energy for me on Sunday.
Get it, Wanda.
And so Wanda was spot on. because things are coming up that will distract you.
Yeah.
Right. So my big distractions have been suddenly things at the house. The AC went out, but it didn't just go out. I had to replace parts that had already replaced in the last 3 weeks. And then other things affecting things like my front door, things that you would depend on that would not break are breaking. And then finding things, just peeling layers back. And that's just not figuratively, that's literally. So I would really ask you to pay attention to signs. And if something comes up that is a red flag, it may be something as simple as the front door lock, as mine did, falling apart. Fix them if you can in a timely manner, because they may cascade and domino effect into other things. So I would be careful with that.
It's all the little things,
It's all the
right?
little things.
I remember saying back on the 28th, remember we were talking about it in the 5D class, but I was talking then about what I was seeing. I was channeling all this information, and I think I gave you guys some of it on the 30th. You guys may want to go back and watch that broadcast. But one of the things that had came up for me was the duality that comes in with this new energetic that they're pushing is quite extreme. And what I literally wrote, I'm looking at it right now, is they will attempt to uproot families and collectives. Although we're residing in a higher vibration, we have to be aware of the duality. That's what they're pushing. They're trying to cause a confusion between realities. So for those of you that said, like Kelsey, you weren't sure if you were second guessing your reality, that's what this is supposed to be about. It's about distraction, disruption, upheaval, and trying to make things feel very disoriented, right? Confusion is a really easy way to get people. So I'm going to jump out of that for just a second because we're hitting them pretty hard, but this is what it is. I want you guys to be prepared. Yep. Listen, because it's all coming in. So I guess we're not jumping out. I got one more thing to say. It's all coming in because on the 13th, we have a massive comet coming in that only comes about once every 200 years. It's coming on the 13th. It'll be super visible on the 14th, right in the middle of a super moon. The last time this comet hit, the plague was spreading, right? So comets, when they come in, bring in massive, massive change. They usually bring in some type of illness as well. In that same time period, there was the largest eruption recorded in Sri Lanka. Which is crazy. It lowered the entire planet's temperature by 2 degrees.
It affected even the New England farmers at the time, where their crops were so ruined that they pulled up stake and moved to the Midwest and further west to keep farming.
Yeah. So this is not a fear thing, right? We're telling you guys this so you start to understand why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, because it's not just you. It's definitely not a coincidence. It's definitely not out of the blue. I will tell you now, no matter how many body aches you're having or how bad you're feeling, you are not dying. You will be just fine. So let me jump over real quick. Kelsey, hey, Glenda girl, glad you're here, sweet girl. Kelsey was wanting to know if she could have a reading on physical health if possible. She's been having quite a few pains in the last 10 days. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. I know the chest thing was still bothering you. We will get on that.
Absolutely.
Everybody's tired of hurting, baby girl.
Yep. That's for sure.
Let's see what Victor can pull for you. So hang tight, and then I will jump in as well.
I just pulled. I've been shuffling these cards, and the energy is really directed at the collective because I pulled the same cards that I just pulled for Nicola, only in a different order. So looking past the last 3 days for you, Kelsey, we have temperance, but temperance is upright. So your spiritual path has definitely been at your forefront. Things are going your way there very well. So you're keeping it all together because you're tapping into that spiritual influence that's come down. And of course, you've just come away from really successful interviews, and so your life on Earth with regarding the Earth energy, you're doing very well there, but your spiritual energy is really pulling you through. So looking back in the last 3 days, if you're feeling any maybe doubt, your self-confidence can be uplifted by just reflecting on your spiritual path, things that have specifically happened to you in the last 3 days. So then we come on to today, and today we have the Three of Swords. So I believe then in this case, getting to the heart of the matter, but then physically affecting you, you are definitely hurting. And so please, as you just asked, pay attention to your health and do whatever has been recommended for you to do, which most especially has everything to do with rest. Mm-hmm. And of course, with rest, it's difficult, but to try and find anything that will help you relieve stress. So rest and try to release any kind of that stress as best as you can. If it takes even something simple like, and I always point to comedy, because comedy really helps us all to raise that vibration, to just, even if the pain is coming through as you're doing whatever has been suggested to you, to try and de-stress, because by trying those attempts, they will help you holistically latch onto any of the healing that has been already prescribed to you. And then that takes us into the rest of the week. Well, at least 3 days from now would be the death card again, reaping the harvest. So you're going to be doing as little as you can that needs to be addressed, which are decisions that need to be made. This is paying bills, whatever you know right now that needs to be done, but not to really physically exert yourself because you're trying to rest. You need that rest, especially coming into the weekend where we are still looking to see how that looks in for you. But please take the time to address those very important matters. And they, like I said, they may be bills. You may need to take a visit. Just try not to overexert yourself. And thank you again for allowing us to read and trusting in us.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring Carol in just a second. She's holding right now to come in live. And it was funny because every time he's talking, right, I'm picking up on things too. For me, and Carol said exactly what I was thinking. I scrolled down. She said, hydrate. She's absolutely right. You have to hydrate. Right now, everybody has to hydrate on a level that you've never hydrated, almost to the point of drowning yourself. It'll increase your connection. But for me, Kelsey, this from my aspect looks like your nervous system almost attacking itself, right? Like going after the nerve endings. So I think you need to be, if you can, try to lay down on your back and maybe lift your legs up on the sofa, like let them rest, let your circulation move a little bit, change your sleeping positions. But Carol's right. You need to be hydrating your butt off. And Chastity, I'll get to you in 1 second, okay? I want to bring the beautiful Miss Carol in live from, it's New York City. It's Friday night. It's Carol.
Close to me.
There she is. How you doing, darling?
I'm fine. I have to tell you, I feel like the freak in the group right now because I had a pretty down weekend, but I just kind of let myself go, and I had the best day today. It was like I was on fire, and somebody, a family member called me because that's what family members do when you're the nurse. And oh my goodness. And she's talking to me about one of her children. And I just kind of like threw caution to the wind. I haven't spoken with this particular aunt in probably 20 years. And all of a sudden she's calling me and calling. And I just said, look, stop, just stop. It's not her celiac disease. She doesn't have celiac disease. She's got anxiety. She needs to clear her place. I said, she's so bound up in what she's living. I said, she's got to just free herself, liberate herself. She was like dead silent. And I called my mom. I said, just got to warn you.
It's coming.
I can help it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I meant what I said when I said we all had PTSD. We do to some degree. Everybody on this planet is suffering it. The anxiety is out the roof. I'm with you. I had the best weekend ever. Vic and I were on cloud 9. Energetically, we were high as a kite. It didn't hit me until last night, but I'm watching everybody just kind of drop off, right? Like we saw 3 members of our collective. They couldn't even make it into class last night. They were having to clear so much energetic out. Now Rachel today, we're watching it happen. So you're right. Absolutely. Listen, this is anxiety induced. Of course, that's going to present itself in a million different ways, right? People are going to think they have all kind of things because of the way that it affects the body. The truth is, okay, yes, there are sick people in the world, but for people who are feeling the body aches and not feeling well, you are fine. You just need to center yourself, stay hydrated, and get your mind and your energy in a healthy space. That's all this is. I mean, if I'm wrong, you tell me, Carol. You're the pro here. But
no, I'm listening. If I can, I'm listening to Kelsey, and Kelsey is each week I can feel which her chakras being imbalanced by her symptoms, and so I encourage you, Kelsey, to look into where you're feeling your symptoms and what that represents, because I think that you probably can help yourself.
I agree.
And so that I don't know. I'm just all about talking today.
No, but you know what, Carol? That's what you need to be doing. Remember, we were on the phone the other day, and I said, the thing is, I mean, I was kind of in with the collective group, and they were all giving me the look last night class. I said, but I've been warning y'all. At some point, y'all have to take responsibility and start teaching to a certain degree. And so we're there, like we're all having to do it. Maybe if you don't mind, if you can take it on, if Kelsey's open to it, maybe get her some information about those particular chakras and how to work with them. Because I think at this point, it's about giving everybody the tools. If we don't give them the tools, how the hell are they supposed to get out of this, right? Mm-hmm. Like we are our brother's keepers. So when we see that we can come in and do something, we have to come in and do it. But I'm glad that you jumped in to back that up, because I'm feeling the same thing. You're welcome to stay in with us. I love having you in.
Well, I was with Diane today.
Yeah.
And it's okay for me to share. So she quit her job. And I was like, thank goodness. And I just felt like you have just opened your world to, because she's an amazing woman. And so she just texted me, and she goes, come across the hall, because her office, and she goes, I did it. And I was like, yes.
Good for her.
So we've really been a great support to one another.
Good. It's turning point. Everybody's feeling that, right? We are on the tipping point of such massive change that if we don't try to find our individual balance right now with whatever that is, getting a job, quitting a job, do you know what I mean? In a relationship, out of a relationship, whatever the hell that may be for each person. If we don't find that, there's a really good chance that this tipping point does not go in the way that we want it to go. Because we can only raise the vibration on this planet when we find our joy, when we find our bliss, and when we reclaim our authority and right to choose what that looks like for ourselves.
Agreed.
I think this is the hardest part for everybody. Nicola just popped in and said, it sounds like there's birds in my house. Birds in your house or my house? There are no birds in my house. But we've been having so many weird things over here, I don't even know what to tell you. All of my plants are dying. Everything's dying. I've got grass growing, but all my plants are dying. And something came and ripped the cover off my grill and dug up my yard. So, you know, who knows over on this side? It's anything goes over here.
Seriously. I do want to say, though, as an observation for you, Carol, I know you feel like the odd person out with everything that's going on, but this is a really good example of people like yourself, because I ran into, you know, we've got people that are hurting right now, but people like yourself are beacon, and you're strong right now for a reason, because people can lean on you. This is a perfect time for people to lean on you, and people may be reaching out to you more. And I mean, you took the call, and normally you probably wouldn't, but you did. And it's that confidence that it's people like yourself that are stepping up are exactly the people we need to lift us up, because it's taking the very best of us down. And so
it is.
You're a shining example of what people like yourself who are finding yourself in the clear to really, really help beyond. And I mean, the gratitude, I mean, I'm grateful that you've stepped up, but it's a really good example for everyone else. If they find themselves in that same energy to be able to help, please help.
Yeah, and Kelsey's got a whole lot going on in chat about everything she's going through. So, Carol, I'll let you look at that when you pop back out into chat. But it's, you know, look, we can only handle so much. Our bodies are going to react if we don't deal with all the energetic and all the stress that we have going on. It will manifest itself in a million different ways. We have disease because we don't know how to deal with emotion. That's how we get sick, right? Like, this is what happens.
Right.
It
hold
doesn't,
it in your gut. You hold it. Right.
That's it. Can't stomach anymore. Can't hear anymore. Can't, you know, all of those things. So it is what it is. But I need to jump over and get Chastity in really quick. Love you, Carol Bug. Thank you, beautiful.
See you. Okay.
So Chastity, let me get back up to you. And Nicole, I'm so happy you're jumping in and really getting in with these girls. You're going to love them. And we appreciate your insight, all of your insight. Everybody in this group is always pulling for the other one. And that is the beauty of not only this network, but also the people inside of it. It's the people inside the house that make it beautiful. The house is just a house. But I wanted to jump over with Chastity. Can I tell you what I see coming in for you? Yes, I see a move coming in for you, but it looks like it's going to be, now don't hold me to this, okay? Because right now things are very inverted, even the information I'm getting. I don't always trust it. It looks for me like it's 6 to 9 weeks away, okay, before you start moving forward, finding your own place. Everything is slowed down in that arena, absolutely. It also looks for me like you're going to stay put. You're going to stay put where you are. There's something about holding steady for you. I think it's one of the big echoing things in your life. I'm not saying you're unsteady. What I'm saying is holding it. You know what I mean? Even when it feels uncomfortable, even when things get shaky, it's holding down the fort, because you're going to be called on to be the strength, the warrior. I know you already are, but I mean at full capacity. So yeah, things are going to start getting held down on that point. I do want to warn everybody to be really careful over the next 24 to 48 that little accidents can happen. Please pay attention. Don't lose your footing. This morning I woke up and just saw a lot of people having to go to the doctor or the hospital over silly things because we're tired, right? Equilibrium's off a little bit, so pay attention to that kind of stuff. Also, Chastity, there's a big task that comes in that you get completed in August. I'm pretty sure that is the move, if you want me to be honest, but I see it like closer towards the end of August. But that liberation is going to get you out just in time, just before things start getting trickier, because as we move into August, when I tell you that more truth is going to get revealed, because again, go back and watch the show from the 30th. I told you guys this, the truth is about to get revealed. It's going to start getting opened up layer by layer by layer. More is going to come out, but you will be steady by the time all of that happens. So I'm not worried about where do you sit and all that. You will have some footing and some grounding, but things are going to start getting a lot easier. So yeah, I'm good for you where that's concerned. Would you pull for her for a minute?
I will.
Maybe he can get a little more detail, but I see everything really good for you. The main thing just revolves around the stability of house and home. I think that's the key factor in all of this.
Excellent.
You guys are so sweet. I always love reading you guys in chat. I know it's weird for me always jumping back and forth, but there's something about this group, and you guys, I know I say it all the time, but y'all lift us up in the craziest way. I think about y'all all the time. Vic and I talk about all of you all the time.
All the time.
You guys are constantly on our minds and in our hearts. It's
beautiful.
Yeah, it's precious. You guys are the cuteness. Love it. I would kiss all of your little baby cheeks with them if I could.
So I pulled a card for you to reflect on the last couple days, and that card would be the Queen of Cups. Wonderful card because, again, the element related to cups is water, and as a queen, it's the authority. It is the top card of the suit, and so you are definitely being that spiritual warrior. That you've made some great decisions in the past couple days, and then reflect on them, but really have confidence because you're doing the right thing and leading yourself into today. And today's card is the King of Cups. So you're really holding it down. So have that self-confidence. If you have any doubt, look at, these last couple days and today, and realize that you're on the path. Things are going very well for you, just like Carol, we just talked about. And that's just great confidence. And so I can't see anything but good things happening to you from these few days till today, which leads us into now the rest of the 3 days into Wednesday. So we're looking at, again, 4 of Cups. So the presence of water and going with the flow is strong in this message, but you may be presented. And so at this point, be aware of any possible, especially spiritual, but any possibility of opportunity coming your way. Don't ignore. It may pass you. Reflect these next couple days. Look back to the day before and the day before, and try to remember that there may be some opportunity coming your way, especially spiritually, but it could also lead into personal and office or business life. But important to pay attention and look at any opportunity coming your way. And thanks again for trusting us and joining us, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
You know what's going to be awesome? Because Sunday we start the second 5D communication class, and 3 of the ladies that are in chat right now are in that class. We have one other lovely woman, Kirsten, who's coming in as well. Although we don't see her in chat, she's not in with us that way, but she's new to the network. It's going to be fascinating, not this week, but the next week, to see the energy in this chat. You guys have no idea. I can't wait to get a hold of what's going to be going on with you guys. You're about to get a load. In the first group, we're going to start working with collective telekinesis this week. So that will be interesting. We've got a lot of projects where we're going to be moving things collectively as a group. We have made it rain. We have made it rain all over the West where there were droughts, which is really awesome. So it is a cool, powerful, energetic, especially when you put it together. Sometimes we are a little weaker on our own. We need to pull on others. So it's fascinating. So Kelsey was saying that she had the opportunity to start the new job on Monday, but decided she needed to mentally prepare herself to go back to work after 14 months, going on 15 months. Kelsey, I get that. 100%. Take the time, but you know your body is manifesting that anxiety. That's what's happening, right? It's hurting you everywhere to prevent you from going. Please don't block this opportunity. Don't block the miracle. I think it's happening on a subconscious level. I don't think you're conscious of that. That's what's happening. But try to, I told you last week, try to stay in gratitude with this.
It's really important. And Brigitte's here too.
Yeah, I hope so, Kelsey. I hope the next class will work out for you. It looks like we're going to be cycling in like 2-month intervals with this, because I will be honest with you. The first group have decided they never want to stop. Class is never ending. In fact, at the end of the first month, before we ever got to the end of the first month, they were all in a panic. Everybody was having this anxiety of what the hell are we going to do when it's over? I said, who said it was over? Right. You guys are putting a linear time frame on something that's not linear, right? So this goes on as long as y'all want it to go, but we will absolutely, as more people are drawn in to do that, as more people have that calling to come in, I will absolutely open another one. Yeah, Brigitte, we need more rain everywhere, but here's the catch. I said to the group when we were attracting the rain, ask for balance, because that rain can turn into flooding and upheaval real quick, right? Mudslides and stuff. So sure, Chastity, you want to ask me a direct question? That's sure. Do you want to come in live, or do you just want to ask me in chat, baby doll? It's fine either way. In the meantime, we'll see what Miss Carol's saying. Both of your parents? Yeah. It's really funny, Carol, isn't it? Because it's really precious that Nicola's jumping in with that connection to you, really feeling you that way. So it looks like we've got a new member of the collective in Miss Nicola. I love it. Love, love, love it. Always love when more of our tribe comes in, right? Best feeling in the world. So Chastity, let me know what the direct question is, baby, or if you're chiming in live. So I kind of know what to do. Also, guys, I'm going to link over this update from Rick Levine. This is on Facebook, but I want y'all to go in and read it like after the show. I'm not going to read the whole thing here because I think it'll take up too much doggone time. But it is a tremendous amount of really important information if you go and look at what he's talking about going on right now. So I'm going to copy and paste it and put it in for you guys here.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we had, yeah, for sure. Your rain tub's full. Girl, I can only imagine that my cabin in Kentucky is probably right now like your rain tub. Okay. So let me get back to Chastity's. This is automated this year that I'm still waiting. Can you see when I might get it? IRS. Yeah, so here's one thing. just so we're clear, and I don't have any problem saying it live on television because, or on the internet, I don't give a rip. Those systems are falling down, Chastity, real quick. I would drop any concern or stress. When I say they're grasping and reaching, they will grasp and reach. Do I think that you are going to get hit with a massive penalty? No, because that system is breaking down heavily. And so that part I'm not even worried about. Not even a little bit. In fact, I just turned a card to see what it say. Are they going to come after you right now? The answer is no. They have bigger fish to fry. Auditing, maybe. But listen, again, that thing is crumbling. So for now, okay, they owe you money. Nothing's going to happen. There's nothing happening. When I tell you it's stalemate, it is stalemate. Good luck with anything in the system moving forward right now in any kind of way that is like it was 3 or 4 years ago. Getting driver's licenses, getting tags and titles, dealing with taxes, dealing with all this crap. There is no forward movement. So no, I'm sorry. I don't see that coming in right now. I don't see anything that's happening with the IRS coming in with any completion right now. I do get a date for you when it looks like there will be some notification as far as that goes, but it comes in for me for October 16th. Maybe write that down. We can talk about it again in class. But the IRS, yeah, Kelsey said, I can't wait to see them be done. They're going to be done. When I'm telling you the systems are falling down, they're falling down. Because I know many of you know this, but the IRS is not even a legal federal entity, right? This is not something that was ever supposed to be imposed on us. This is one of those things yet again that we've kind of quietly just let happen as Americans and as a people of the world, right? We just quietly let these knuckleheads come in and have their way with us. But I think we're all kind of done with that.
Oh, Carol wants me.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
You're not going to. You're not going to get anybody to tell you anything. They're not saying anything right now. But yeah, don't sweat it, sweet girl. And Nicola says she's happy to be a part of this. Oh, we're happy to have you, sweet girl.
Absolutely.
We love building that energy up.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Carol wants to know if she can get a reading from Victor. Victor's so
Absolutely.
cutie tootie, huh? Look at that baby face. How can you not love that baby face? I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness, I'm blushing.
He does have a baby face. I'm always teasing him about it. It makes me laugh because he's trying to be serious with me all the time, but he comes in with this, and I just start laughing. I can't take it seriously.
Oh,
it's really
goodness.
cute though. But we'll see what he's got to say for you, Miss Carol.
Miss Carol, I do have to alert you. This is the second happening right now. This does happen, but it's really significant of this collective because I just pull cards that I pulled for Chastity. They're just in a different order. So this is, again, telling, right? So for the last couple days, I've just pulled the King of Cups. So you're seeing a masculine energy in your spiritual practice. And so it's authoritative, which means you've had to make some decisions for yourself, but you can be confident because you've made really good decisions. And even if they're just not executed, they're in your mind, you may want to begin executing them because you're on the right path and your decisions hold significance. So that will lead us into today, which is now the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is the feminine energy that complements the masculine energy with the King. So you are definitely on the strong spiritual path. Things have been going your way, but now you attach the feminine energy to it. So the idea then is to really reflect upon the last 3 days and today, and to use those decisions and insight to provide that self-confidence that you may need because you're acting upon them and you're doing very well for yourself. And so now for the next couple days, you will be presented possibly with a spiritual opportunity or other opportunities, and you may miss them. So the idea then is to reflect on anything that may happen to you in the next 3 days, where if you're looking back, if you've missed anything, ponder, and that opportunity may develop into something lasting. And so that's the advice I've given you. And thanks again for providing your trust. But
We know where this is
yeah,
going.
exactly.
Oh my gosh,
This
Victor.
is crazy.
I just want you to read all this because
Oh,
boy, are you the cuteness.
oh my God.
Victor, he is so cute. You have no idea. I love this man with everything I have in me,
Oh,
but he does have a baby face. Victor's face is like a cherub, like an angel. Oh, but you are the sweetest thing. It is though. Listen, he even because he spends the night here a lot because we have so much going on all the time with the network and with class and whatever. And he lives like 25 minutes away. This goofball even wakes up looking like a cute little cherub. It is ridiculous. He always has this little glow. And if I say something sweet to him, he gets this little, It reminds me of Bill Cosby when he would talk about pudding pops. Right? Like, right, pudding pops. And he gets that look on his face, and I'm always dying. He's the cutest, though. Oh, Victor's on fire. Girl, you don't know. Player's got skills all day. He doesn't.
No.
He's just precious. What you see is what you get. He does have some dancing skills, though. Maybe one day he will work that out for
Possibly.
you guys. It gets pretty cute. What is Victor's ethnicity?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yep. So, Nicola, it's the majority is heavily of the northern Mexican into the New Mexican and partial Arizona. So there's the Aztec influence, Mayan influence, but there's also Chiricahua Apache. So the whole thing is, and we're looking into it on the genealogy side, but my family would jump through northern Chihuahua into as far as mid New Mexico, maybe northern with the Mescalero Apache. And so the idea then is we're looking into it, but it is heavily native. And then on the European influence, it's a Gallic influence. So my last name has a Gallic reference in. So my family then was in Galicia, somewhere between Spain and northern Spain and France. So I play the bagpipes also, and so does my sister. So we try to keep that Celtic tradition alive and well, but that's my major ethnicity.
I just like to call him my little brown cabana man. If we're being honest, I love little brown men, and I'm considering getting a pool just so Victor can run around. I tease him all the time. If I can teach him how to make a damn drink, this will be the perfect relationship. You thought more like Asian.
Oh.
You know, it's funny because he does have a lot of those features. And I think we find here more on the West Coast with the natives here, you definitely see more of that, that Eurasian look in the face. Absolutely. I agree, though. He could almost pass for Eskimo or even for
the Inuit or...
Yeah, somewhere up in that. There's moments when he looks Japanese to me. I know that's strange. But one of my best friends is Chinese, but looks Japanese, and they have a lot of similar features. Little brown man features, right? So cute.
Sometimes Polynesian, sometimes too. But that just gives me an excuse to wear a New Zealand all black.
Boy, don't even start.
Stretch it.
He's pushing it. Lord help me. You were getting ready to say, boy. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm trying to get this man trained so when we all move out on the land, because the collective's getting this land, that this man is making drinks and cleaning the dang pool. I need him doing something. Right? Love him, but do something.
Grass skirt versus a kilt.
It's funny, Carol, last week I was aggravating. Actually, it was a couple weeks ago when he had his first show, just to kind of calm him down. I used to dance luau when I was a kid because a lot of the people in my church were in Hawaii. We had a lot of Polynesian influence. And so I would start dancing the hukilau. So it's a real joke. I went around singing the hukilau song for a long time. He loved it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, also in New Zealand. Nicola, that's true. I lived there for a while. The Maori there, you see a lot of that mixed with the Maori. We got a new
Hey!
Is it Elsie? Avery, is that right? We're so glad that you're here. If I slaughtered your name, I'm sorry. I adore you already. Just tell me how to say it. But we're so happy you're here.
Welcome.
Chastity, build a pool with the barbecue. Listen, after Wanda's show the other night and the whole naked dancing around the moonlight with the midnight margaritas, I don't know, like, we would have to put some kind of protection for Victor because I don't know if he can handle a bunch of women over 40 dancing naked around a pool. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't look at myself, right? But I'm thinking of Victor's well-being. I don't want to do any permanent damage. Elsie, would you like a reading, sweetie? We can have Victor pull cards for you if you would like. We'd love to welcome you in and give you some insight, but just let us know.
Absolutely.
And we are happy to do that. You guys don't get to see us together a lot, but we are complete animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
the maturity level combined is maybe that of a 13-year-old boy.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
It's pretty-
I'm not gonna lie. I think my 12-year-old walks out shaking his head more than anything
Mhm.
else because we're kind of a humiliation.
Absolutely.
But that's the way we like to live it. But yeah, Elsie, let me know, and let me know if I'm saying your name right.
Alice. Oh, Elise.
Elise. My daughter's middle name is Elise, but it's with an E. That's why. You don't care? Thank God. Thank God, because I butchered that. Like I don't know what I usually have a saying, but I don't have one right now. We should do it more often, Chastity. This is all we do. I keep joking that we should just put some damn cameras in the house, because if we live fed on YouTube, we'd be millionaires, or I would lose my child.
Well, especially your child, because he comes up with these
Oh my God, he comes up with
off
some of
the
the most,
wall.
it's the autism, like there's just no filter, and he comes off with some of the weirdest crap I've ever heard in my life. He's decided now, rather than get married and have to deal with a woman who can't cook, he's decided just to be gay. I get the logic, right? I kind of think I missed my boat, and I should have done the same thing about 35 years ago. Okay. Anyway, back to our regular programming.
Hey,
All right.
Elise. Yeah. Okay. Significance of August 17th this year. I usually do readings of a week, so this is going just past a couple days, and it looks like there was a cycle, and I drew upon swords. So this is the 8 of swords, and swords are significant of the element of air, and the swords are the weapons of intellect. So you may have found yourself overwhelmed, and this is just maybe thinking over and over of situations and overanalyzing them. But the idea is that you're not trapped, because even the figure in this card is loosely bound. So you're loosely bound by these thoughts, but you can break free. And that's the message that you should look past these last couple days. Anything that's really troubling you, you should find confidence that you can break away from those thoughts and patterns. And then that leads into the next card in the cycle, which is the 9 of swords. So you have these weapons of intellect, and this would be affecting sleep or rest. So the idea is that you may be very troubled, but the answers are before you. And if you just open your eyes or open your mind, the solution may come to you just by meditating or sometimes letting go of heavy thought. You may want to distract yourself with something that you like to do, or I always mention laughter, because laughter brings up that vibration. These cards, the cards that I've drawn, are bringing you down into a lower frequency. We're talking maybe 3D energy. So you want to lift yourself up, and you may find yourself just by laughing that over the last couple of days, things that have been troubling you now find a solution in a very simple situation just by laughing. And then now this leads you into the next couple of days, which will be from now till Wednesday. So I drew upon the 7 of swords. So the 7 of swords is significant of taking what you need and leaving behind. You may feel like you're leaving thoughts behind that would be needed, but you really only need to carry what you need to carry for the rest of the week. So no more overthinking. Try to de-stress, but the idea is just take what you can and process that without overthinking.
So travel light, basically.
Travel light, yes.
If it doesn't fit in one bag, get rid of it.
Exactly.
I have to put her picture back up because I'm getting a lot on her.
Oh, yeah?
It's funny, Miss Elise. I have to tell you that you are highly, highly psychic intuitive. I rarely say that to anybody on the show, but you are. There's also an aspect of you, and it must be something that goes really far back, that's almost like that of a natural witch or a natural healer. There's something that goes really, really deep with you on that. I will tell you what I was picking up around the 17th. There are 2 things that come in, and both kind of represent the life cycle. One, it looks like somebody's getting married or someone's going to get engaged around the 17th. This is either you or someone very close to you, but that is coming in. There's also the aspect of that there will be a near-death illness with a very close family member. So that is also pulling in. That's why I said it's that life-death thing, right? Like that life cycle thing. But there's one element that comes in that's all around family coming together and celebration and, yeah, I don't know, kind of I don't want to say fantasy way, but almost like a romance kind of way, like something that just revolves around love. And then there's that other aspect of it, of someone having something that's like a near death type incident. Feels like a woman for me. I won't lie. So you'll have to kind of decipher. I wish we could talk to you. It would be so much easier. But you'll have to kind of decipher what that means for you and let us know what's going on. We hope that we see you here again so you can tell us what's up. Because tonight, for you new girls, you don't know, tonight's not our show. We're covering Rachel Warren, who does Altered State. She's a phenomenal, phenomenal reader. She is hysterical, way funnier than we are, I can assure you. She and Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
We have no game at all. Those two have a whole lot of game, but we're covering because Rachel was having a hard day energetically, and so we're kind of taking over for her. But yeah, let us know how that goes. We're just tickled pink that you guys are here and that you came in. New ladies, if you haven't heard, ask the other ladies in chat. You guys can go check out our homepage of Ascension Network. We also have a side page called Practical Magic Collective. This was all the ladies, most of the ladies that are in your chat right now are part of that page where they share information. We're all sharing information. Oh, Elise says you're currently single. You may not be August 17th, or this is somebody really close to you, sweetie. I just feel like it's somebody really, really close. If not, somebody's coming in. So there we go. But you guys can jump over and check that out. We have one space left for the 5D class that starts on Sunday. That class was sponsored again by 3 of our people in our first collective. So if anybody wants to take advantage of that, please jump in and ask questions. Also, go check the link I put in from Rick Levine. If you guys haven't copied that and pasted it yet, please go do that because you're going to be missing out. It is one heck of a read, one heck of a read.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Nicola says you're psychic too. Yeah, see, that's the way I'm feeling it. Carol, don't be modest. We're killing it. We are killing something. And my neighbors are probably going to come kill us for all the cackling. But so your mom is currently dealing with COVID and she had heart issues before. I think this is, yeah, I mean, I think that's a big thing. I don't see her passing, sweetie, but I do see her maybe taking a hard dip at that point. So just hang tight. We'll be holding energy over here for you, okay? Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's about time for us to bail out. We're going to miss you guys. We love you. And I'm glad that y'all hung out, even though we're not Rachel.
Oh, but Rachel's going to have your show on Thursday.
Rachel is going to have my show on Thursday. So on Thursday, we're swapping out. She's going to come in and do my show on Thursday. She'll do open source, which would be awesome. So we'll get all that laughter back. Brigitte, thank you.
Thank you.
Prayers for both of you. See, at least everybody's awesome in this group. Super supportive. You've got a whole army of women here that back it up. These women are the real deal. Good night, Sugar Bug. We love you too. We love all of y'all. Listen, y'all hang tight through this energetic. Y'all know if you need us, all you got to do is message us on the Ascension Network. Vic and I will always respond.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
We will see you on Wednesday. Yep, I can feel it, girl. I can feel it. I can feel all that magic in the room tonight. You guys are something precious, and we sure do love you. So we'll see you then, okay? Love y'all.